Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for mid-October 2021. We're going to jump right in here, Taurus, and just take a look at your current general energies in this first row. We're going to look at anything you don't see coming in your second row, and then we're going to look at any advice from your guides in your last row. We're also going to pull three yes or no question cards at the end. If you don't have questions, that's fine, as always. I will be just putting them all together if you don't have any questions at the end as well. So let's see here, Taurus, what we have going on for you. It's kind of funny because you have a lot of sun energy. Well, I would say sun. You do have the sun here. You have a lot of sun energy here is what I was going to say. But you have a lot of fire energy in your reading. And, you've been getting a fire sign showing up in your readings for the past few weeks, I would say. So if you're looking for love, Taurus, definitely could be a fire sign for sure. You start off with this To Be Fair card here. I feel that... this card reminds me of the Justice card, obvious for, pretty obvious reasons, I think. But what I would say here is I feel like this is more talking about balance. I feel like you need to kind of embrace maybe more of your, quote-unquote masculine energy here in this first row. Emperor and the Queen of Wands, sometimes, this can represent balancing. Sometimes when I get readings where it's like the Emperor or the Empress in the reading, I feel that it is referring to, the energy inside of us and whichever side, we embrace and or whichever side needs to be kind of like more balanced in your life. And so I feel kind of like more of that bold, assertive, really kind of like going for it energy is going to be very important for you this week. Obviously, you have the Emperor here. The important thing to remember with the Emperor is he's just like sitting there, but he is always ready to go. He has his armor on under his cloak. It kind of represents the fact that he might not be doing anything right now, but he is always ready for action. He is always ready for any opportunity that presents itself. You have the Ace of Cups here. I kind of feel it's kind of funny because, let me just back up and say this. You have the Queen of Wands here, being bold, being assertive, really going for something, really, putting your heart and soul into something. She is my card of, wholehearted energy, really giving something everything you got, right? But what's interesting is I feel like this is talking about your intuition here with the Ace of Cups. It's kind of like one of those moments where it's like, I feel like I said this to you recently as well, Taurus. I have the same words popping into my head, which is how many times do I have to be right? It's like even in, what's popping into my head is like in my own life, like over the past few weeks, there have been like a couple of things where I'm like, oh, I should do this. And then it's like, I don't. But then I'm proven right that I should have done what I thought I should have done. It's like I didn't trust my intuition in those moments. I kind of feel like you could be having some of those moments right now where it's like that, or you think maybe you should do something or take advantage of an opportunity or talk to a person, whatever it is. It could be, one of many little things in your life, right? And it's like, how many times do you have to be right? I literally feel this first row is saying, if you feel that you should be doing something, then I would do it. And I know I'm speaking generally here, but I feel like it could be like something so tiny. Maybe you feel like you should go talk to a person about your business. Maybe you feel like you should talk to a person about love, whatever. Maybe you feel like you should go on a dating app. It could be like any little action. I feel like you need to trust your feelings here because I feel like it's going to lead to very quick success. And I feel like you've been proven right multiple times, like I said. So it's like you've had these intuitive moments and, then maybe you didn't take advantage of an opportunity and in the future you say, oh, I was right. I should have taken advantage of that. That's what I'm getting here in your first row, really. I'm not really... if I'm being honest, again, I'm not picking up on the Emperor as necessarily a person. I'm picking up on it as more of like an energy that you are embracing. With the Emperor, you have the 4 cups here. How many times do you have to be proven right, Taurus? He's got these 4 cups that he has manifested in front of him. It's a card of complacency. It's a card of manifesting something and not grabbing onto it. It's like, how many times do you have to be proven right? Exactly what I was saying. With the Ace of Cups here, the Fool, just go for it. Take the leap of faith. I mean, Taurus, could this reading be any more clear, any more obvious? I would say no. And the Ten of Wands. You have the Ten of Wands twice here. sometimes, especially right now, it's like things aren't going to come easily to us, I would say. I feel like we have to put the work in. I always get tons of comments of people who are like, you always say life is so positive and like all this other stuff. And I'm always like, I never, life, well, number one, you can choose to make your life positive if you want to. I'm living proof. Trust me. I was a miserable son of a bitch like years ago, and I totally changed everything. So, I'm living proof. Like, trust me, I was like the biggest stinking thinker. Is that a word out there? I don't know. But the point is it's like, I never say anything is just going to be easy. It's going to require work right here. But if you do the work, then yes, your life will improve significantly, is what I would say. But this looks very interesting, and you already know. Next, in the area of what you don't see coming, you have the diligence card. I feel like you're going to have to pay attention with this card. And again, this is like true, not just for you, but pretty much everybody. I feel like there are a lot of opportunities around us, but it's like they're not... it's kind of hard to describe because I feel like we really have to kind of like look for the opportunity or, pay attention for the opportunity. These could be financial opportunities that are coming your way, I feel, with this card. Even look, it's a bird and it's flying over these fields, but there are clouds in the way. So I feel for some of you, it's like if you're interested in something financial, whether it's an investment, a job, a business idea, this is like saying don't just skim over the surface. Like make sure you're looking into something, especially if you like something is repeating for you here, Taurus, is what I'm getting. You even have the Hierophant, which is literally the card of gaining a deeper understanding. He has this, well, number one, it's your card, but number two, he has 3 levels to his crown on his head. This represents 3 levels of initiation, and, the last level is mastery and with the Hierophant. So, to me, the Hierophant is always a clue that says, like, you need to learn something more than just the surface level, right? That's like level number 1 on the Hierophant. So, And if you want to get technical, level number 2 is apprenticeship, where you're like learning from other people. Level number 3 is mastery, and mastery is not only having a good handle on something, but it's also being able to teach others how to do something as well. As I've always said, like here's the thing is that I will say to you here, Taurus, is that I don't really think we're going to have teachers like we think in the future. I think teachers are going to kind of like be disappearing, And what I mean by that is I feel like people who lead by example are going to be like the teachers of the future. It's like if you notice, like just, I've noticed like a couple of gurus, over the past like couple years, it's like they get exposed or, you find out that their life isn't as perfect as they make it seem, right? We see this in social media as well. And, again, I feel like leading by example is going to be more important. So if you are mastering something, it's like being the living example is probably the better option than being, the quote-unquote teacher, right? So I feel that for some of you. And I also feel some of you might not be teaching anybody anything here. You could just be, again, learning about a topic or diving in deep into something. And it's going to be probably setting you up for a long time. You're definitely going to have to learn, 10 of Wands, putting in the work. It is a card of responsibility. It is a card of being burdened. But not all burdens are bad. So, that's what I would say there with the 10 of Wands. For others, this kind of looks like a breakup to me, is what I would say to you. I don't think it's really unexpected. 4 of Pentacles, things not changing. 10 of Wands, too many burdens. And it's kind of popping into my head that some of you could be experiencing a separation, but, it's probably something you're just going through here. Let's clarify this and see where this is going for you here, Taurus. With the Hierophant, you have the Queen of Swords here. It's a card of clarity. Sometimes I feel like we're, what's popping into my head with the Queen of Swords is sometimes I think we're just looking for a system to follow. Boom, the sun, right here. Sometimes it's like if we have kind of like an outline to follow, maybe it's a little bit easier than if we're just kind of trying to do something more blind, right? And that's like the feeling I get for you here. It's like no matter what it is that you're diving into, whatever it is that you're mastering, could be love, could be business, could be whatever. It's like I feel like it's like you're discovering some sort of outline is what I'm getting here, where it's like do this, do this, do this. It's almost like you're discovering the steps you need to be successful. So it's like things are becoming more clear. And with the 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, quick success coming in for you. And with the 10 of Wands, you have the King of Swords. King and Queen of Swords here, it's like divine counterparts. Literally, if you're having, relationship issues here with a person, this is like 2 people who are having a hard time with communication. 8 of Wands just says, communicate, as I've been saying for weeks now, mostly because of Mercury retrograde. If you're having problems in a current relationship that you're in, if it is a positive relationship, communication would probably bring things back together. This could also represent socializing as well. There's a couple of things here that I'm picking up on. If you're in a relationship that you would like to try to work on, which I think is a great idea, then, as long as it's positive, then what I would say here is socializing would be a good idea. Maybe also the Eight of Wands can represent hobbies, but it could say that maybe, sometimes I think we get into a relationship and, we spend too much time together. We're not doing the things that we originally did when we got into the relationship in the first place. That kind of turns us into a different person. So it's like you're no longer in love with the same person because they're not doing the things that they enjoyed doing when they were not with you. And so it's like sometimes I think people sometimes just need to go do their thing, maybe you need to suggest that in your relationship if you're having issues, and that could probably fix things. So if you're trying to do that, definitely a good option. Next, in the area of advice from your guides, you have the Panther Spirit. This card says reclaim your power. You have the Sun. Kind of being bold, being assertive, like I said, would be a good idea for you with this energy. You have the Sun, the Five of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. I do feel like a very strong need to not give up on something here. The Sun, the horse that is on this Sun card, it's like flawless, and it's meant to look flawless on the Sun card. It's like going in a direction, the horse here, and pretty much nothing can stop it. So I feel like the more focused you can be, the better this week with the Sun card. The Five of Swords, to me, the Five of Swords is a card of like the white flag, giving up. Even on some decks, like the Deviant Moon Tarot, there's a white flag in the background of the Five of Swords, and it can represent giving up or, quitting on something. And I feel like this is kind of saying, don't give up. Even with the King of Pentacles, you show up twice in this reading. You're definitely like in a position of power and strength, but I feel like there's a lot more abundance coming in for you. I feel like your guides are kind of like, and even the universe is asking you to like trust your own guidance, to trust your own inner wisdom, because that's going to lead to the most success. But let's see here. With the Sun card, we have the Knight of Swords. Definitely things moving forward very quickly for you. I feel like there's faster progress here as well. I kind of get this feeling, I have this image popping into my head of, I think it's... like the, who is that? Saint Michael, right? Chopping the devil's head off, basically, or, he, I think, is standing on the devil's head. That image just popped into my head with the Sun and the Knight of Swords. So some of you could be kind of like conquering some inner demons or some inner things. With the Five of Swords, you have the Four of Wands, marriage. But again, that could be a divorce. So some of you could be going through a divorce situation here. For others, I feel like you have a choice here as far as love is concerned. Like I said, I would, put the work in to fix the relationship. I feel like if you're in it's your choice. Again, I'm not telling you what to do here, Taurus. But if you're in a relationship that you feel like is worth fixing, then I would definitely, kind of work on it here. Some of you, I feel like things are fine in love. I really don't feel like this is talking about, anything. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands. Definitely a fire sign. If you're looking for love, I feel there is a fire sign coming in for you, or it's someone who has a lot of fire in their chart. I would say it's probably someone who's very focused, very driven. Someone who probably works a lot as well. 210, the 10 of Wands twice here. It's like if you're fine, and also the Emperor, this is someone who has a lot of responsibilities, so it's like if you're looking for love, I feel like you could be attracting a person, and I don't attach gender to my card, so whatever you're attracted to, but I feel like you're attracting someone who is like has a lot of responsibilities. They could literally be a leader at work or in a leadership position. They could own their own business. They could also just be in a position where they have a lot of responsibility. So I feel like you're attracting someone like that if you're looking for love. For the most part, this is like some sort of adventure that you're going on here, Taurus, where it's like you're I feel like you need to become the master of something is what I would say. That's going to be what makes you the most successful here. It's like, don't just learn the surface, go deeper. I feel like I say this to you all the time as well. That's that. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now, Taurus. So we are going to do 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. But and at the end, we're going to put them all together as well. For question number 1, 8 of Wands. Yes, definitely yes. Quick success, quick movement. For question number 2, I would say no. I'm not crazy about the Page of Swords energy that I'm getting here, so I would say no. And for question number 3, I would say no. 7 of Swords. So I would say no there. Putting this all together, I feel like some of you could have some, I would just be careful of any sneaky energy that's around you still, especially, after the 18th, Mercury goes direct, Jupiter goes direct, pretty good time, but at the same time, we'll still be in Mercury shadow until like November something or whatever. I really don't care about shadow periods, just in general, because it's like, we're out of retrograde. Like, let's stop making excuses and get moving, right? But what I would say here is I would be careful of anyone who's sneaky or anything like that. But I feel like there is going to be quick success coming in for you here with the 8 of Wands. I also feel like communication is going to be very important for you at this time, communicating with people in your life and all this other stuff. I would kind of like I feel like there's a strong need to remember that, that people aren't mind readers as well. Sometimes I think we all need that reminder, right? Where it's like we could be hard. Like I just get this feeling of like where I'm kind of like starting to resent a person inside of me, and I feel like it could just be a little bit of mind reading going on here where you think a person is a mind reader. So it's like if someone's not doing something that you want, I would communicate with them because, again, people aren't mind readers, right? But all in all, I feel really good about this reading here. So I like it. So thank you for being here, Taurus. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.